Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. This video series is about the provocation and the mistreatment of the top martial artist ever, which is me, and the abuse of law enforcement and legislation. We see the favoritism in regards to Israel and white people and LGBT people, right? That's where these are the citizens that society, the government, that is, values the most. And we see that there's obvious favoritism in that regard. Okay. So keep in mind that they're using fumes and poisons on me, and I've reported it to the Justice Department, law enforcement, you name it. And I have over 23 witnesses on record. Over 23 witnesses, and I've sent these letters that point that out as well. Okay, if you're in law enforcement and you see that letter and you say, hey, this is an organized hate campaign that's occurring every day, and this guy has 23 witnesses on record, it is a serious felony for you to ignore that report. That is felony obstruction of justice. Okay, they may as well be shooting at me, okay, because of the degree of danger that they are complicit with. Okay, they are complicit with felony organized harassment. Okay, there's no way around that. So if any investigations are to be launched into me over my speech on the internet, telling the truth, you must keep that in mind. And you must keep in mind that for years now, I have pointed out that they're changing the sound of my voice, and I don't know if they're going to change the words in my videos. It is an appalling violation of the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution for them to suppress my videos and for them to investigate me and not the hate crimes against me. And keep in mind, the people who are doing this are racist, arrogant cops that make racist cops in the South seem like Care Bears or something, seem like Tinkerbell, with how arrogant they are when they say that they guarantee me that I will never have a fair shake in regards to law enforcement. Immediately, I can look at anybody who's been gunned down by a mass shooter, who is complicit with organized harassment. I don't feel sorry for you. You don't go to heaven. You don't pass go. You don't get $200 if it makes you feel better. Immediately, I can look at this society that is denying me justice and say with certainty, as the top martial artist ever, the idea that Christ is superimposed on in the story, that God is not on your side. Just because God's not on every government in the world's side, okay, he's not on any government in the world's side, doesn't mean that it's a good idea to persecute his son. While 189,000 people die every single day in this world. How many of them are Americans? How many of them are Israelis? Or from the UK? Or from France? Or from Germany? Or from anywhere else that's complicit with this? Can you imagine that you think that it's smart to do this? Your leaders think it's smart to persecute Christ. After how many years that the main story in the West was why not to persecute Christ? And they do it in the name of their nations and their families. May the souls of those who persecute me and their offspring be punished severely and forever. This is the interpretation of the Bible, not the lies you hear in your churches. Let their paths be dark and slippery, with the angel of death pursuing them. That's what it says in Psalms. This is not a physical threat, but if it was, you would get sued into next week for prosecuting me for it, instead of the racists who poison and fume me every day. Because you cannot prove that I am the one who uploaded this video, who is responsible for the audio on this video. But I can prove that I have 23 witnesses that you've been turning a blind eye to felony hate group harassment for years. Just like in spiritual combat, I have the upper hand. But the difference is God is the righteous judge, not your feeble fools you call judges in your criminal justice system. And to anyone who denies me justice, may God's extreme punishment be on them and their offspring.